This is divine insight. This is where you're going to learn why you are the way you are. And real magic, not that Chris Angel or David Blaine or even Houdini magic. This is real magic. This is not manipulation. We're going to study the vibrational influence of your name. So this is Devine. Insight. And later on, you'll understand why I spelled divine in that way, with the E instead of the I. Now, we're going to look at the 78 cards of the tarot, compare that to the original 81 cards of the tarot, and how the construction of the pyramids generated, well, not the tarot cards were the blueprints which constructed the pyramids of Giza. Both Cheops and his son Chephren. Chephren, R-E-N. Chephren. Now, these pharaohs, 5,000 years old, this is a concept 5,000 years old which has been lost. And I'm believing, or I have justification to how the Masons are still involved in this reality. Now, what we're going to do is show you Chephren's pyramid. Now, that's the second pyramid that was built. The first one is Cheops, but Chephren designed a most perfect pyramid. And this incorporated the Star of David. So we'll just get rid of this. Now that you know what we're going to be doing. And the influence was magic then, and they didn't understand how this was created. So the secrets of the pyramid are going to be understood as the secret of the tarot cards. Now, we'll look at some whole numbers of a society. Now, it takes 5 types of people to generate a society. First is your merchants, the people who are in charge of the money. Second one would be your soldiers, people in charge of protecting the merchants with their money. Another one would be the farmers, the people who are growing the crops, or livestock. And the last one would be your doctors, your lawyers. And these are all represented in the tarot. Even in the American dollar bill, you can see it, as long as you know what you're looking for and how it's symbolized. Now, in Chepren's pyramid, which I would classify as a perfect pyramid, so we're going to draw a circle here. Now, the circle represents the sun, the giver of life. And with the Egyptians, they had no concept of zero. Pi was inconceivable. They couldn't understand how 3.14 was pi, and that every time they tried to do accurate measurements, they'd use a wheel, going down. And every time they ended up with so many revolutions, they were still out that 0.1416 of a measurement opposite of the circle. So they gave the circle reverence. So their reality was only to be able to understand the value from 1 to 9. And after that, it was God related. It was not. It was something that was not supposed to be understood, just accepted. So to represent their pyramid, they would draw a star. Cheprin's time. We have to do a little bit of backwards thinking here, because I'd like to get into Cheops, but then that wouldn't allow you for true understanding. This is how I learned. I learned this backwards, but after I got into it, after I did the study on this concept, it gave a lot of understanding. Now, in the olden days, way back when, they used to use a pendant, and they used to call it Abracadabra. And the pendant was like such. And they'd wear this pendant around their neck. And this pendant, which would be chained around your neck, would ward off toothaches, arthritis. It was a cure-all for everything, and it was called Abracadabra. And Abra meant father. Cadabra was son, and the Holy Ghost, or ghost, or spirit. We'll call it spirit. There. So the three sides of this was Father, Son, and Holy, or Spirit, which would give you protection from, like I said, ailments. So now, they already had, where's my rubber eraser? So this symbol was the spiritual aspect of our existence. So what they did was, they had to show it materialistically. So if you put another pyramid over top of that, like so, it gives you the Star of David. Now, the upper pyramid, the physical aspect, shows you all the tangibles of our existence. Now, why I'm calling this blueprint was Cheprin's perfect pyramid, and this designed his pyramid. Okay, now he had 78 cards. So every 60 degrees, that's the points between each, the distance between each point is 60 degrees. So 6 times 6 is 360 degree circle here. But they didn't use a 360 degree compass because of the fact of not knowing pi and how to divide the circle equally. So they devised 78 different degrees, and each one was 13. So you'd have 13 degrees here, 13 here, 13 here, 13 here, and that gives you 360 degrees. But now, they made, like I said before, how the cards were represented, and this was in our playing cards today. Our hearts, our spades, our diamond, and our clubs represent the 4 classes of people that we require to make a society. Now, I'm going to continue this on in a little second, rub this all out, and I'll be back with a second session.